Hello everybody, today we're going to unbox, take a close-up look and test the Duronic PS991 heavy duty cross-cut paper shredder. So let's go ahead and open up the box. So we do that by, of course, cutting apart the packing tape. Okay, so we've opened one side of the box flap, now popping open the other side. Okay, just to show you what we've revealed so far. At the top of the box, we do have a user manual for the Duronic PS991 heavy duty cross-cut paper shredder. And let's do a quick flip through and see what we can find, of course showing you the back side as well. So front of the user manual or instruction manual for the Duronic PS991 heavy duty cross-cut paper shredder, and doing a quick flip through. So first couple of pages, nothing showing except the table of contents. So table of contents right there. And then moving on, just showing you a quick flip through of what there is, specifications, dealing with paper jams, precautions, and warranty information. So not sure how well you can see that. So holding it sideways, obviously, and the rest of the user manual appears to be in other languages. So pretty straightforward user manual or instructions for the heavy duty cross-cut paper shredder. Okay, so that's the user manual covered. Let's now take a look at the rest of the paper shredder. So I'm going to set the user manual down and move on with the rest of the unpacking. Okay, so this might be a bit tricky. As you can see, we're looking at the top of the paper shredder, and it is quite a large paper shredder, and it is heavy as well. So I'll do my best to see if I can lift it out from its box. Or perhaps I might have to tip it down and slide it out. Might be the best option in this case. So sliding it down, and of course seeing if I can slide it out from the box very carefully. And voila! So as you can see, the rest of the box is just packaging foam, but always double check with all kinds of packaging that there's nothing else left behind inside the box. So there we go. We can now set the box to the side. I'll set it like that perhaps. And then we can go ahead and lift the shredder back up. So there we go. Slightly tricky there, as they were starting to roll away from me. But I'll just show you what it looks like so far, coming straight out from the box. So user manual, of course, right there where my foot is, and the paper shredder itself. Let's continue to unbox it by, of course, removing the plastic wrapper. So very simply lifting wrapper off. Perhaps going to, okay, so as you can see, there is some sticky tape on the underside, so I'm going to very gently set it down and cut the sticky tape apart, and then we can go ahead and slide the entire plastic protective wrapper off. Okay, so once again, making sure that I hold on to the lid or top of the shredder so it doesn't fall off from the main body or bin of the shredder right there. Finally, now that's removed and there's nothing else left in the plastic wrapper. We now have the shredder nicely presented in the middle of the frame right here. Okay, so you can see the size of it, and of course it does come with a power cable, of course, so I'm going to spin it around, just letting you have a nice good look at the size of it. And for reference, I'm standing right next to the paper shredder right here. So this is the Duronic PS991 heavy duty cross cut paper shredder. I'm going to now turn it around to its side so you can have a look at the entire aspect of the paper shredder. So right there with the back as well. And then spinning it around some more to show you the side profile. So this is quite a heavy duty paper shredder for the home or for a small or medium sized office. So back to the front again, so very simply you can have a nice overall look at the paper shredder. So it does handle up to 18 sheets of paper at a time and does shred CDs or compact discs and credit cards as well. Okay, so with the casters or rollers on, then you can move it around very easily, and I think one of them might be locked at the moment, so let me release that lock right there so we can spin it around, and on this side as well. So the front two casters or wheels do actually lock with a flip lever at the front, as you can see, right down at the casters or wheels right there. So if you want to keep it in place, you simply flip it downwards. Okay, so I'm going to show you the top of the paper shredder as well. Let's see if this lifts off. So I'm just double checking to see. Okay, very simply, the top stays put, but the front bin does open. But before I can do that, I will need to, of course, remove the plug and the sticky adhesive that's holding the plug to the bin and the body of the shredder. And now I can pull that little wire tie there, and then I can reveal the plug to you and show you the cable length for the shredder. So this is of course a UK 3-pin plug, and I'm going to undo the cable tie to show you the length of the power cable, because that's always good to know when it comes to positioning or sighting your Duronic PS991 paper shredder. So there we go. So you can see, giving you a good idea of the length of the cable or power lead right there. So reasonably long. Okay, now we simply plug it into the power lead, but before we do that, I'll need to show you the bin and of course the top controls of the paper shredder. So just showing you the bin. It's a very heavy duty 31 litre shredding paper capacity. So very large indeed. You can see just how deep that bin is. And there is a clear window at the front. Right there, you can see my hand in there. So nice, good depth of the paper shredder bin. So 31 litres in volume. And of course the innards of the bin as well right there. So let's go ahead and slide the bin back in. And of course now I'm going to show you the top controls of the shredder right here. So I'm sliding it forward so at least you can have a clearer view of the controls, so just bear with me. It is quite heavy, so, and it is a bit tricky with the camera LCD in the reverse position, so I'll do my best right there so you can have a nice good look at the different indicators and of course the buttons to operate the shredder. So there is a power button as well as a reverse and forward button. So you can hear the responsiveness of the buttons as they click away right there. And then you do have the credit card and compact disc size slots, as well as some indicators on this top row here showing ready, bin full, overheat and overload. So plenty of indicators there to keep you informed of what's happening with the Duronic PS991 heavy duty crosscut paper shredder. Okay, so there we go. And of course this main slot here is for feeding your letters or papers into. So it takes up to 18 sheets at a time, which is pretty impressive. So now let's go ahead and plug it in and test it out. So you can hear, obviously the buttons were kind of down, it was just starting up I suppose. And tipping it forward just to show you what's happening. So there is a ready LED lit up right there showing you the status, and there is a fan that's blowing in the rear vent as well. So that keeps the shredder nice and cool and minimizes any overheating. Okay, so we're going to spin it back around again and we can try shredding some sheets of paper. So just let me set it right there. And let's first start off with a single sheet of paper. Let's feed it in and see what happens. And there we go. Very simply and effectively did some cross-cut shredding right there. You can see the shreds of or strips of paper in the bin right there. So it does have a 31 litre capacity right there. And let me just slam that bin back in. And you can hear it's ready to go once again. Now let's test it out with a thicker set of paper. So I do have a much thicker set here, having about 16 sheets of paper altogether. It does boast that it can handle up to 18 sheets at a time. There are about 16 sheets, but some of them are slightly thicker than the normal 80 GSM thickness. So let's go ahead and feed it in right now and see what happens. And just like that, 18 or about 16 sheets with varying thicknesses or thickness being shred right through and into the bin right there. So a nice and very efficient cross-cut paper shredder right there, dealing with a very thick set of papers right there. So with such a large 31 litre bin capacity there, you'll have plenty of time to shred plenty of papers before having to empty that bin out. So you can hear the fans whirring away to keep that motor and shredder nice and cool, so you can keep shredding away without having to let it deal with the overheating too regularly. So far you can see, of course, we've only shredded a small amount of paper, so we haven't put it or stressed it out too much. But as you can see, the ready blue LED is still nice and lit. And of course there is the reverse as well as the forward buttons, and you can hear that you don't have to hold the button down to keep it working. Just a simple tap and it does run for a short period, and of course we can turn it off by hitting that power button right there. So a nice and effective heavy duty cross-cut paper shredder. So that's the Duronic PS991 heavy duty cross-cut paper shredder. Thanks for watching and happy shredding!